wears that damn
white girl with dirty feet.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Howdy, punks and pals. My name is Milky T and I make dings. And today I'm in a bit of a slump. I have a lot of videos planned for the future and I'm working on them right now, but a lot of these require ordering materials I don't have and waiting patiently for certain things to dry and cure, and well, in between that time I often find myself doing my chores, trying to think of new projects to do and watching videos for inspiration. And oh, wait, here's one right now. I saw this video by Savannah Alexandra Art about ribbon dolls, and I thought, hey, this is really cool. I think I want to try this. And I thought, hey, instead of paper, couldn't you do this with clay? And that's not an original idea because I have this Hello Kitty, and that's exactly what this is. I don't know exactly what these are called, but if somebody knows, could you please tell me? And with that, let's get into the video. I had this old crushed velvet shirt that I just cut up and glued to some cardboard for the background, then took some more cardboard and started sketching out the shape that I wanted for my doll. I used air dry clay to make the face and the body because I figured that polymer clay gets pretty heavy. Gluing it onto some fabric that's going to be upright for a long period of time is just too much to expect from polymer clay. I'm not that cruel. I'm not a huge fan of this air dry clay that I get. It's a little hard for me to manipulate and it just gets really smushy and it's marshmallowy and it sticks to itself so much. I have a hard time getting it to retain details, but for this project, that's not really going to be a big issue. It's all more amorphous shapes. Also, if you do this, don't do it on cardboard like I did, because it doesn't just stick to itself, it sticks to lots of stuff. I'm giving her the signature big ears because I think big ears are cute. And then you suffocate it to keep it fresh. I'm making a cowgirl, and every cowgirl needs a gun. Hers is roughly based off the Colt Model 1873 single-action army revolver, also known by the real ones as the Cattleman revolver. I did a layer of black because I wanted to add some realism, but now that I'm watching this back, did I do this backwards? Are you supposed to add the black after? Too late now. I used some scrap fabric that I had lying around and I just glued down the seams and glued everything together because it's not like this doll was going to be played with anytime soon. I did, however, sew the skirt together a little just to add some ruffles and texture. And the shirt is just glued down right onto the body. I was supposed to add sleeves, but I completely forgot in this whole process. So it's just a sleeveless collared shirt. Look at that. I did pin it down and sew it in the back so that I could add on the little details with blue, like the ribbons, collar, and buttons. For the shoes and hat, I used a textured faux leather. And now that I'm recording, I realize I should have made her a holster out of that same material. And why didn't I do that? Now she's going to have to carry her gun around like some sort of brokey. What's wrong with me? Anyhow, the soles of her shoes are made out of air dry clay that is brown, that I just glued on there. I used locally sourced natural fibers for the hair and wrapped it to get an extra tight curl. There, her hair is finished. She's beautiful. Jokes, here's how it turned out. I glue on her little brim for her cowboy hat. Then I make a shape out of air dry clay and glue more fabric onto that. And now it's time for my favorite part of the day. Sculpting a chicken! Specifically a rooster! And he goes right in her arms and they're little partners in crime. I should have painted on the face before I did the hair, but here we are. I'm having to avoid the hair and paint little baby hairs after I've already done the hat and hair. I wish my camera would have focused, because it didn't focus on half the lines I did. So here's the shots you can have. She's gonna have a smug little smile there. Look at that smug smile. And the chicken needs to be able to see. And behold, Milky's attempt at making a perfectly round murder eye. It's beautiful, isn't it? It ain't an eye without irises. And now it's time to add all of the pastel-y pastels to shade in all the bits to make it look a little bit more in depth, because it looks really flat without the pastels. I made an outline and I painted on white so that she would stick out a little bit more on the velvet background, but this stuff really soaks in paint. I don't know how people paint on this stuff. Speaking of, this actually unlocked a memory for me. When I was a teenager, we went to visit my uncle in Florida, and he had one of those typical bachelor pads, you know the ones. Empty, but a singular couch and coffee table in the middle of the room, and there was a large dresser in the corner. Now on top of that dresser was a velvet Elvis that he had found on the side of the road. If you don't know what a velvet Elvis is, it's basically a portrait of Elvis Presley, the singer, painted onto velvet. Why on velvet? Why Elvis? I wasn't really sure. I did, however, know that these were pretty popular in the 70s, and a lot of people had them in their homes, I think. I don't know, I wasn't there. So I went straight to Wikipedia to find out why they were so popular, and oh, would you look at that? Mass produced in Mexico. Yep, suddenly everything opened up for me. That completely tracks. Why Elvis, though? Anyway, sorry for the awkward tangent about my encounter with the Velvet Elvis there. I don't know why I even brought that up, sorry. So I bought this frame and decided that I wanted to make a shadow box to keep her in. I glued and nailed down all this cardboard and painted it all black, and okay, I'm gonna be real with you, all my footage was out of frame. But here's the final result! Yay! Here it is all assembled. Her face did get a little bit mixed up while I was putting together the box, and her hair was a little out of place. The box itself, I'm not too pleased with. I really wish I had put the curtains in front with the frame, but I had to live with my mistakes. If you found this idea neat and you try to do it yourself, please let me know. I want to see it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!